Hey, what's up guys, me again, Mission, and today I'm going to show you how to work out from home, episode number 8. And today we're going to teach you how to work out as usual. This time, we'll be touching a little bit more on like work out from home, just like previous episodes. We do a few exercises, this time a little bit of variance, a little bit different. Feel free to learn from the idea from it, and who knows, maybe you can get a trick or two. Now if you don't know, in case, I have made actually some video regarding on the workout. There's week 1, 2, 3, I believe this is week 4. So if you want to look back at week 3, week 2, week 1, you can search under my profile. You can just keep scrolling or find, or if you want it better, I actually archive everything on YouTube. Just write Mission Workout from Home, week whatever you want to find. So you can get week 1, 2, 3, 4, you can combine it. You can take week 1's one of the exercise, or week 2's one of the exercise, week 3 another exercise, or week 4 another exercise, combine it and do it on your own. So as usual, we're going to do a full body exercise. So what you get today, more ideas on workout, and you shouldn't have any, what is that called? You shouldn't have any excuse why you cannot work out, to be very frank at this stage. By now, if you're catching up since season 1 until now, you should be able to have a lot of idea and how it's done. So today's feature, I'm going to use some similar item, but doing some different exercises. And I'll be using a chair, so if you have a chair, you can feel free to bring along, or you can just watch how I do, and maybe after you catch the replay, you can try to mimic on your own. Right? So as usual, let's go straight to the point, no BS, nothing. So let's go get into it. Now the first exercise I'm going to show you, I'll be training on the legs first. As usual, why I always start legs first? Chances are for most people, leg is the one that is among all is the most challenging one. So the idea is that we do the most challenging one first, and then we slowly ease it to the easier ones. If you were to like say do arms and do legs, it's not wrong, but chances are you might, why not just use all the energy to use the quality of the legs? Because when you do the leg at the end, chances are number 1, you maybe don't feel like doing legs. Or number 2, by the time even if you want to do legs, you'll be quite tired already. So to prevent this kind of burnout, I would suggest you to do your leg exercise first, then followed by upper body and so on and so forth. Right? So without further ado, give me some time. Let me just adjust the equipment for you to start on with your leg exercise here. Okay, first leg exercise. Today I'm going to teach something a little bit different. This one will require a little bit of tilting. So what you need, right? I'm going to train this very unique part. Now when we talk about legs, right? Let me just move the video, then you get an idea. All right. Now when we always train legs, right? You always talk about what is that called? The thigh. You talk about the hamstring, whatever. But so today I'm going to train a little bit more specific to the butt. Okay? Probably one of my favorite exercises. I hope you enjoy it too. So this one is called a single leg glute bridge. Oh sorry, a glute bridge. I'm going to show you how it's done. I'll show you. So second thought, maybe you want a chair. A chair would be great. If you have a sofa, it's even better because you're more stable. Yeah. So I'm going to demo how it's done, and then I will explain later how you can do it. In fact, for most people, if you're a newbie, right, when you watch this video, you can actually do it body weight. So I'm going to demo first, just to give you an idea how this is going. Now, number 1, make sure your chair is sturdy. Yeah? If your chair is not sturdy, I recommend you to go to sofa, or even a bed frame. You can go on there. So I'll show you how it's done for me. Yeah? Okay? Let's start on the way down. So first of all, you have to find your stance. Sorry guys. I have to move the camera a bit. If not, you guys really missing out the fun part here. Okay, now should be no issue. So you place your back onto the seat. Okay, you place your back onto the seat. Begin the movement by, you try single leg. If you cannot do single leg, do double leg first. So as you can look at the camera right, you watching me right now, you see my leg is 90 degrees. For most people, you will be in this position. The goal is just to feel the glute, nothing else. Right? Instead of glute bridge, I should call it a hip thrust, because now I got the elevated one. Yeah? So you go all the way down, as low as you comfortably can. When you come up, squeeze your butt. When you come up, squeeze your butt. Pause 1 second, squeeze the butt, and your eye, right? Do not look at the ceiling like this. Look at your groin. So your eye should be looking over here. Yeah. So to give you a perspective, you look something like this. Down, up, 1. Squeeze your butt, look at your groin. 2, up, 3, up. That's how you do. So you keep looking at your groin. One thing you want to avoid, right, when you're doing this, is to keep looking up. Now, why you cannot look up? Common mistake, people look up. Two things will happen. Number one, they might not be able to squeeze the maximum out of the butt. Number two, there's a slight risk of us tilting our lower backbone a little bit. Because if you're lower like this block is protected. If you look up, for some reason, the lower back will kick in a bit. So you don't want to hyperextend. Yes, you want full range of motion, but not at the expenses of squeezing your butt, at your lower back. So when you go down one more time, up, squeeze. So just stay to this rhythm, okay? 2, up, and go down, alright? If this is very simple for you, you may try a single leg version. So I'll show you how to do a single leg version, yeah? Single leg version, okay? You place your leg like this, so you cross your leg, right? Same thing, the only difference is I'm putting one leg, your eye is looking at your groin. Now later I'll tell you what you can do if you cannot feel the groin, yeah? If you cannot look at your groin, I'll give you some alternatives. The same, you go all the way down, full range of motion, yeah? Up, 2, go as low as you comfortably can, up, all the way down, as long as you feel your butt, squeeze. So you keep looking at your groin. Now, if for some reason your neck is very strainful, you cannot, you cannot look at your groin too far, my suggestion is just do your best. Instead of looking at your groin, you may try looking at your chest. Or you can put a blanket, you can put a pillow behind. So, or you can put a cushion. You can put a cushion, put your head, and you keep looking. If you do correctly, you should only feel the butt. If you're feeling on your thigh and your hamstring, you can try to play around. Play around means your stance like that. So I'll show you what's the meaning here. So for example, right, you do the glute bridge. For me, this is for me, because everyone is different. You watching this video, you might have long leg, long torso, short torso. It's going to dictate a little bit of the roll also. So as a general guideline, you may start your leg 90 degrees like how I'm doing. But if let's say you do like this, right, you feel a lot on your thigh. Suggestion, you may try to go wider your stance, and this wide a little bit, or your leg can tuck in a little bit. You may try this approach, see how it goes. Vice versa, if you still cannot, you might want to try wider a little bit also. These are some possibilities for some people. So you might want to try and play around, but once you find your spot, stick it there. Try to do for around 10 to 12 reps and see how it goes. If done correctly, your butt is just going to fire it up. This one just target purely on the butt only. Now like I say, if you're using a plastic chair, I wouldn't recommend. This chair is an IKEA chair. It's an IKEA chair, so it's quite sturdy to start with already. If you better, I would recommend you to use a sofa or the bed frame. You can try. So do your best and just try to squeeze your butt out. That's about it. Okay, quite straightforward. All right. So I'll move on to the next exercise here. So oh yeah, forgot to tell you guys. If you do this glute bridge, right? This hip thrust, right? The hip thrust, the butt just now. If you want to add more weight, right? How can you do? You can do a lot of weight. So I'm going to show you one of my favorite example. How do I do it? Right? Introducing the luggage. You can try. You can put weight, you can put rice, you can put clothing, you can put shoe. I'll leave it to you. So to give you a perspective, give you an idea, yeah? So what you do is, you bring it up, same thing, no change. The only difference is there's a weight on it. Like we always say, full range of motion, keep looking, full range of motion, and the form should never change regardless of the weight. All the way down, up, one. So again up, all the way down, squeeze. All the way down, squeeze. Okay? And last one, all the way down. Okay, remember, keep looking at your groin. Don't look up, yeah? You look up, your neck, not only your neck might feel a little bit dizzy, or you might feel a little bit dizzy, and that's the risk your lower back will hyperextend. So don't do that, yeah? So these are just some suggestions how you can do the hip thrust with household item. Okay? I'll say who you can't work out at home, because I just showed you we can do it together. Alright? So I done with the lower body. Up next, I'm going to do upper body for you, yeah? So upper body, I'm going to start with a little bit at the back, right? So I start at the back, I'll be using the chair, and also a little bit of side equipment as you will see shortly here. So meanwhile, you have any questions or you want to learn anything, feel free, man. Just ask me any questions and I'll get back to you any comments. Right, so next one, I'm going to use a bag. Actually quite straightforward. You might have seen this in previous episodes, but just to spice things up a little bit, I'm going to use a school bag, right? A backpack. So the backpack, how you're going to train your back. So from the top view, some tips of feeling on the back. Now, recently I trained some people, apparently they cannot feel on the back. So teach you some, maybe I just share some cues so it's easier for you to engage the back. A lot of people when they train the back, they don't feel the back, they just feel on their arms. So you might want to try this approach and who knows, maybe it works for you. So you place your arm here, quick exercise with you. You lift your chest up, think of tuck in your back. So from the front view, think of your pinky finger, right? You're trying to turn it into your armpit. Imagine your pinky finger is trying to turn into your armpit. Keep turning all the way in. You should feel a little bit soreness over here, like a bit tightness over here. If you're feeling over here, that's how you feel the back, okay? So one easier cue I'll tell you is always engage with the elbow. Don't think of using your arm like that. Keep thinking your arm, you're going to feel your arm. Suggestion is you use your back, think of using your elbow, right? And you try to elbow some, in this case, I'm going to elbow towards this glass door here, so it will look something like this. And also, just like training anything, there's a full range of motion. The meaning, when you go through and forth, there will be control. So you look something like this here. Squeeze, control all the way down. Squeeze, control all the way down. Squeeze, control all the way down. Everything has some sort of tempo. As usual, when you pull, you're fast. As you go down, you want to control. So you look like this, the speed-wise here, give and take, you look something like this, like 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. Remember, always keep your back tight, don't lose the back, meaning, you do like this, you're asking for, that's not going to bring you to anywhere. Besides, you might have a risk of having back injury in the long run, especially when you want to progress in a certain manner. So I'm going to show you how it's done. Quick one, using the chair and the back, that's about it. The next one I'm going to do is called a single arm row, using the school bag here, so allow me to tilt it down again. Alright, so quite simple one, this one. So you just place it over here, okay? So you curl all the way up. So as usual, you want to keep yourself as 90 degrees as you can. From here, pull all the way, control all the way down, okay? This back is a little bit high for me, so I'm going to hold it over here. Squeeze, control all the way down. Squeeze, control all the way down. Squeeze, control all the way down. So from the side view, from the front view, you look something like this. I'll show you over here. Hopefully this you guys can have a look. So whatever you do, right, when you roll your body, don't slant one side. Keep yourself what we call square, like a square like that. Okay. So we're going to square it. What you don't want to do is you slide one side and so on. Don't use momentum. Chest up, same. Squeeze, control all the way down. Squeeze, control all the way down. Squeeze, control all the way down. Right. So we'll show you one more time, from side view. So what you do is, think of your elbow. You know what we have learned? Think of trying to elbow the ceiling in this case. It's trying to hit the ceiling. So you look something like this. Think chest up, butt back also. So what you don't want to do is round. If you round your back like this, you're asking for trouble. Think chest up, butt back a bit. That's all. Pull, control. Pull, control all the way down. That's how you do a row. Finish 10 reps, 10 to 12 reps, or 20 reps, whichever you prefer. Go on to the other side, do the same thing. Just hold all over here, alright? So, chest up, pull, control. Sorry, 90 degrees, pull and control. So, that's how you do for the rows, okay? And that's how you play it, alright? So, I hope you learned something from it. So, just now recap, just now what we do. We do on the back. We also do a little bit on the other side, also the legs also. So I'm going to train the next one. Next one is going to be on the chest. I'm going to show you how it's done. For the chest wise, quite simple, quite straightforward. Alright, here we're going to use, probably we're going to use a little bit on the, what is that called? I'm going to use the detergent bottle, we're going to use detergent bottle, using this one. And we do a classic floor press. I believe I did it on week 3 or so. This is a recap, because to be honest, chest wise is quite straightforward. It's just some sort of a top pressing movement, that's about it. You can try to do all those fancy flies or whatever, like push up all those, yes you can, but just understand, as long as you have muscles that work, as long as you work your chest in multiple muscle groups, meaning, example, like you do a push up or you do a bench press, floor press in this case. If you are using not just the chest, you do your chest and your arm. With that, then you can feel more. If you're doing like example, just some sort of fly, or just take a rubber band and just pulling, the one is isolation, that means you just feel only on the chest and nothing else. If you want to benefit more, I would suggest you to do the most out of it, either do some sort of pressing, as in like a chest press or floor press, or you do some sort of push-up. Then only you do those fancy flies or whatever you want to do. That is actually a better use of the time, alright? So I'm going to move on. This is quite straightforward. Again, let me just tilt the camera a bit there. Okay? So it's quite straight. To be frank, right, if you keep watching, you notice I will keep repeating the exercise over and over again. It seems like the only difference is the ingredient. It's in the, not ingredient, the items, the household item. But that is actually by design. To be very frank, doing a proper training is quite a hard sell. Because at the end of the day, it's just focusing on a few basics and you can go very far. This is why there's always people who try to sell you like, do this special exercise, that special technique. Because they need the fame and you buy into the fame. To be frank, it's not much of a magic. It's just doing the same thing over and over again and trying to progress over time. That is what training in a nutshell. Alright, so moving on. I'm going to talk how to do the chest press here. So chest, in this case a floor press, sorry. Keep doing a floor press. Quite simple. You just lie down. So imagine I'm on the floor right now. You keep your chest up. Whatever you do, keep your chest up and go as slow as you can and press. Whatever you do, do not curve the back. Keep your chest up and high at all times here. So I'm going to show you how it's done. Using detergent bottles, quite straightforward. Leg tuck in. So for this one, leg tuck in, chest up. Once you're ready, go all the way down, press all the way down. Okay? So when you go down, ensure your elbow and the arm is touching the floor. Think chest up, hold the chest, go all the way down and press. Okay? Imagine there's a grate in between your chest. When you come up, you want to crush the grate. So when you go down, big chest, come up, crush the grate. Big chest, come up, crush the grate. Big chest, come up, crush the grate. That's how you do, alright? Now if you don't have this detergent bottle, alternative, you can use my favorite combo is to use this. Ta-da! Okay, so I use broomstick. So what you're seeing here is a broomstick, water bottle, and just tie it with some socks. That's about it. Okay? So it's not a bit tricky when going in. Be careful to wash your head, yeah? So what I do is, it's gonna take a bit. Okay, just slide all the way in there. So your arm, as usual, always place on the floor one, yeah? When you're ready, chest up, press all the way, chest up, down, press, down, press, down, press, down, press. Okay? If you want to challenge yourself, when you do this, right, try not to shake, because for water, this one I'm using water. So if you want, you can put sand or rice or whatever you prefer. Personally, I like to use water because it's more versatile. You can change whatever weight you want, just pour the water away, you can adjust the weight. Better still, this allows you to use train a little bit of your stability also lah. So your balance, if not you keep shaking. So you can see maybe I don't shake that much or maybe I do shake a lot. Let me know. So if you don't want to shake, you want to keep it as firm as you can. All the way down, that's the real challenge. Up. When you go down, control, expand your chest. Up. Go down, expand chest. Okay. So that's how you train. Alright. Alright, so that is how you train using household item. You can do the chest press by doing what is that called? The broomstick and the water bottles. Alright? So I'm going to put this aside. I'm done with the chest. Up next, I'm going to train a bit of shoulder. Shoulder, great news. Today's exercise looks quite simple, right? You can lie down. Now I'm going to show you how to sit and do the exercise, the next one, yeah? The next one is going to call the Arnold press. I'm going to show you how it's done. So give me a while I'll set it up for you, yeah? Alright? Meanwhile, for those who are watching, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a trick or two. Right? I'm not asking a lot. My goal is not to be famous or anything. My goal is pretty straightforward. If you can just benefit, I can just benefit one person to work out from home, I am quite happy for that already, and I'm quite grateful for that. So, back to the chair. I'll be using this chair, and the thing we want to do is, let me pull my chair closer a bit, yeah? So you guys can see what the hell is going on. So, what you do, right? I'll show you without equipment so you guys have an idea. So you begin by holding here. When you're ready, right, you push all the way up. When you control, rotate up. So begin with your, you can see your fingernails. Begin by looking at your fingernails. When you come up, rotate all the way out. So meaning when you come up, it should be like this. Start from here, rotate up like this. Again, start from here, rotate all the way up. So to put into practice, later what I'm going to do is the shoulder, right, this shoulder cap here, it will also follow rotate. So instead of just like one movement like that, you get multiple movement, right? It's not more superior than a typical shoulder press, but it's just another variation. Sometimes if you keep doing shoulder press, can and will be a little bit boring. So let's spice things up a little bit. So here we go. I'm going to show you how it's done. So look for the side view, just give you some idea. Yeah? So one more time. Let's say the side view, right? So you start from putting your hand like this. So you're looking at your fingernail at that position. Yeah. When you come up, you should be rotating all the way out. As you control, just like any good shoulder movement. Sorry, just like any exercise, you go down, you control. Yeah. All the way up. Up you fast, down you control. Up you fast, down you control. Some people might be thinking, hey, I see some people in the gym or I see people train, some of them just go up, they go down, they don't control. What am I missing out? Well, you're missing out quite a lot. If your goal is to build muscle, if you go up and you control, you don't go down, you're only getting like only one trip. You don't get 2 trips of the benefit. I'm pretty sure just like me and you want to do things with minimum work for maximum effort. So what we can do to realize that, to feel on the muscle more, here's what you're going to do. When you go up, you control. When you go down, you control. Pretty much, if your goal is hypertrophy, also known as building muscle, it is important that you control your movement, everything from head to toe. When I say control, it doesn't need to be slow. It doesn't need to be like 10 seconds dreadfully slow. It's not like 1, 2, 3, 10 seconds. That is also, by the way, that doesn't give you any growth either. Just a little bit like, just know just know the speed. You don't need to go very fast or slow, but just know that that muscle is working for you. Just be sure you can feel the shoulder. I feel it okay as I'm rotating. That is going to help you a lot. This kind of phenomena is called mind-muscle connection. So if your goal is to build muscle, guess what? Your mind and your muscle are going to connect together. It's called mind-muscle connection. So you don't want to be that person who just swing here and there and don't feel anything. You want to do everything with the intention. Simply put it this way, if you don't feel the intention, then you don't expect any results, to be very frank, because you don't even know what you're doing. It's like it's like you want to eat the food you want to enjoy, but you just swallow. You don't bite the food, munch the food, taste the food. You're just swallowing like a snake, and so you don't want that. You don't want to swallow the food, you want to enjoy the food. So lifting weights is kind of like this. You need to know mind-muscle connection. It's like, this muscle is going, got to enjoy it and feel it. Alright, so back to the topic, yeah? Remember, start from here, all the way up. Oh, sorry, I leave it up here, easier. Control all the way down. Okay? So remember, you are facing your fingernail. Push all the way up, control all the way down. Control all the way up, control all the way down. All the way up you fast, down you control. Up you fast, down you control. There's something I want to show you from the back angle. You want to make sure, right, when you go down later, you're tucked close together. So what you don't want to do, right, is flaring out, or even worse, having a wide distance. You want to keep it as close as you can. If you're wondering why, number one, it's more efficient for you. So example, right, if I give you an object, if you hold like this, and you hold it wider, which one do you think you can hold longer? If your answer is you can hold longer by holding closer to you, then you're correct. Remember, building muscle, the goal is not to give you a hard time. The goal is to be efficient. So just like anything, when you go up, later I'll show you from the back angle so you get what I mean. You want to go as close as you can. So you don't want to like flare out too much like this. That is going to help you in the long run also, alright? So I'll show you a common mistake how people do. They will start here, they go up, and they come down there like this. Or even worse, when they go up, they're not going up straight, they're going to the side. Okay? Full range of motion dictates you should go all the way up and control all the way down and tucking in like that, tucking it a tiny bit. So don't flare out too much, just tuck it in. To put into practice, using a detergent bottle, you will look something like this. Okay? So that's how you do. Another mistake I always see is when people, when they do this shoulder press, when they do like this, right, whether it is the typical shoulder press or this one, the Arnold press, they will always overshoot. They will do something what I would call like a Nazi salute like that. So meaning they will end up like this. That's not what we want. The correct way done is around your ear level. In other words, it's pressing on a straight line. So this is your end product. It shouldn't be all the way to the back. So don't do the Nazi salute, alright? So don't go all the way up here, it should go all the way up here, yeah? So once again, I'll show you the quick practice. I'll show you the mistake, and I'll show you the correct way to do it. Give me a while here. Okay, so common mistake people do this. Okay? This is totally wrong. If anything but you don't feel your shoulder but all your arm. So to get the most out of the exercise, you want to press on a straight line. Okay? Even if I lay back on the chair, I'm still pressing on a straight line. You don't want to press in front. You want to press all the way straight. So all the way down, all the way up, then you go down, tuck in your armpit a bit. Okay? So that is how you do a shoulder arm press, aka a shoulder workout using detergent bottles. So that is the back, I done the chest, I done the legs, I done the shoulder. Up next, I'm going to touch the arms a little bit. So just give me a while, let me just pack this up for you guys, and hopefully you can just wait a while, yeah? Okay? Right, as for the next one, the arms, right? Now, some of you might be thinking, why, Mission, if my goal is to get nice arm or big arms, why not I just train the arm first? Well, technically you're right, but it also actually it depends. If you're advanced, then fair enough. Advanced means you've been training for 7 to 8 years in the gym, yeah? You're quite strong, you know what's going on, your mind muscle connection is great, then yes. Chances are if you watch this video, you are like a beginner, you've never lifted before. Chances are, if you do all the big muscle group like the back, chest, the shoulder workout, your arm will kind of use it intentionally already. Meaning, if you just ignore all this exercise and just do your whatever, your bicep or your tricep, just because you think you want to get big arms of that, number one, good luck. Number two, the payload is just very small, because when we hit the back, when you hit the chest, you will already unintentionally hit the arm already. So consider that a little bit job done. So suggestion, if you really want to train your arm, you just want to feel that nice kind of feeling, no problem, I'm not saying you cannot. So what you can do, right, is you train your back, your chest, your shoulder already, then you may proceed to do your arms. So then it's a better use of your time. To be frank, this kind of method is not I am the one who created it. Basically, I'm just cloning whatever the top bodybuilders are doing, understand their principles and practice it to me and you, so all of us can get the same benefit. So even some of the top people in the world can do it, why not us? So give yourself a shot, and you don't need to think that I am right. I'm not here trying to prove I am right or you're wrong, but you can have it your way. But if you think you want for a change, you might want to try this approach and see how it goes. That is not my way, it's actually one of the, all the best bodybuilders in the world or strength athletes in the world, that's how they train. Okay? In fact, I know some people who are like, you have never seen strong men that do a lot of bicep curl like that, or they do a lot of tricep. Like strong men or bodybuilders, or not bodybuilders, maybe powerlifters or even weightlifters, they don't just train a lot of bicep, but some of them have very great arm. Just they do a lot of big movement. It's just big movement that tag along, they just do it on the side. So something to ponder about. Alright, so now talk so much, going to arm. So we're segue into arm. I'm going to bring back my favorite equipment again, the broomstick and also the water bottle. So give me a while, yeah? Okay. Now if you watch my previous episode, some of it is repetitive. Yes, it's actually by design, not because I run out of idea. Actually, it's also run out of idea because at the end of the day, it's using very basic exercise today. But the real reason is not because I run out of idea. The real reason is because that's how you learn. Repetitions is how we learn. If you keep repeating it and doing it, trust me, you'll be better. If you watch this video until today, ever since the first time that we do it during MCO, you probably find yourself your skill is way better. You might be able to use some muscles a bit properly, you might be able to sweat it out, give yourself a good time. So these are kind of like some improvements in yourself. So I hope you get the benefit of that, yeah? So okay, moving on to the arm. I've been dragging this for so long already. So to train the arm, right, quite simple, just a typical bicep curl only. So you will later hold the broomstick with the water bottle. So you start from the bottom and go all the way up. Control all the way down, control all the way up. That's about it. What you don't want to do is swing. So sometimes we see people in the gym, or sometimes even I see people who do bicep curl at home, even with dumbbells, they will do this mistake by like that, as if they're doing like this. So not only that, we're not here to train the back. We're talking arms already, so you might as well just train arms. You want to train your back, there's other exercises. Go to other episodes, you will see we talk about back already. So don't waste your time. Remember, we're going to do with minimum work, maximum effort. That's what we strive for. We want to have good quality, not just the quantity. Right? So I'm going to go right away to put the practice right. So let me know if you guys can see the video or not. Yeah. So I think yeah, this position is fine. So begin this position right. Go all the way up and control all the way down. Okay, full range of motion. All the way up and all the way down. Okay, all the way up and all the way down. Again, yeah, all the way up, all the way down. Okay, and then put it down. That's all. Some tips for you, if you really want to feel more on your bicep a bit, right? I've got a suggestion for you. When you pull up later, you think of, you want to turn in your pinky finger. When you turn in your pinky finger, right, chances are you'll be able to feel a bit more. So meaning, let me show you this angle. No, I think this angle. So imagine your pinky finger, right? This is your pinky finger. Right? Imagine your pinky finger is trying to turn it in. Turn it in like that. So if you come up, you turn it in. If you do correctly, you're able to squeeze like that little inch of the bicep. Hey, is that what you want to train? That's what you want to strive for. Like I said, you want to do with minimum work, maximum effort. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to do just a tiny bit of work force so that you can generate the most result out of it. That is what we strive for. Okay. So we're going to cut down, lean things down a bit, be as minimal as possible, yeah, and get maximum result. So one more time, I'm going to show you how it's done. Yeah. Quite straightforward. Pick it up, squeeze all the way up. Turn your pinky finger in, go down, control. Squeeze, turn your pinky finger in, control all the way down. Okay? And that's how you do. Alright. So we're almost to the end. Before we end, let us try to do some let's try to do some abs and core exercise just to keep yourself attached. Alright. Now can you do your core exercise first? Absolutely yes you can. In fact, it doesn't really matter the placing wise. Because core, now if you go to the dictionary core, the synonym name, some of the synonym is called main, M-A-I-N, as in the main. So meaning, whatever you do technically, you have to use the core. Besides, if you do the leg exercise, or you do a chest exercise or back exercise, you will be able to use the core. You have to use the core. If not, you will round the back, or you'll be all over the place, you'll be shaky and wobbly, all those kind of factors. So you can train the core, you train it before, after, or sorry, first, early of your workout, or is it the end of the workout, or the middle of the workout, I'll leave it to you, right? So up next, I'm going to do the core exercise. Quite straightforward. Just let me set up a bit. I'll do the final one. Quite simple one, right? Now, some people, there's one fellow who requested for this. However, he wants to remain anonymous, so he wants to know how to do a proper mountain climber. So there's a lot of ways to do a mountain climber. It's a core exercise. I'll show you how it's done. I'll modify a little bit if it's too difficult for you, yeah? So let's see how it goes. Just let me move. All you need is using the floor also. And that's how you want to do, alright? Wait, let me just move this down a bit. Okay, cool. Right, so here's what you do here. Now, mountain climber, right? In the nutshell, you will see people do like this. Okay, by right, this is the proper way to do that. So every time your, what is that called? Your knee will be touching your elbow. Okay? But unfortunately for most people, when I see them do mountain climber, it doesn't look like a mountain climber. It looks like rushing to the airport. Okay? So meaning you're gonna do it with proper technique. I'd rather one person do it slow than do it very fast and don't feel anything but tired. Remember, the goal is not to feel tired. For if working out tired equal to a good workout, meaning everyone in the prison or all slaves in the world look like bodybuilders, they look like Greek gods body and that. Chances are it haven't happened yet today, right? So just something to ponder about is about effective workout, not giving yourself a hard time. Because if it's effective, trust me, it's going to give you a lot of hard time already. Alright, so here's what you want here. Lift it up. So what you do is, the mountain climber, do slow-mo. You touch, you go back all the way down. You touch, you go back all the way down. You touch, you go all the way down. So if you want to do it fast, right? Some people will just touch it in like that. So some people also touch inside. So instead of outward, they will touch it inward. Instead of outward, they touch it inward. So it depends on the individual. But for these purposes, I'm going to do the inward version because usually it's the most common one, right? So up, up, they will do like this. So you do correctly, you feel the core, Now, if this is too hard for you or your body weight is quite heavy, I recommend you to start slow, start small. You may begin by just on your knees, okay? Pick it up and touch and control all the way down. All the way up, control all the way down. Control up, all the way down, okay? Then, at the same time, train yourself to be stronger. So that's why when you do exercise, it's all well-rounded. Can you imagine you don't train your shoulder or arm strength? How are you going to do this in this position? It's very hard for you. That's why we always say, whatever exercise you want to do, you need to train the whole body eventually. Unfortunately, there's no way around. I wish, to be very frank, I can just find one exercise, keep doing it, and I get results. But if anything is anything but opposite, you need to vary it sometimes and day and the body exercise you have to change. You have to do full body. You cannot just every day only train your legs or every day only train your back. That doesn't work like that. Alright, so one more time, yeah. So over here, slow mo, you will touch all the way down. Touch all the way down. If it is too tough, begin over here. Okay? Start small first. Just squeeze. Okay? Don't move your body so much. Just here, touch and control. If this one no problem, then you go to phase 2. Just try to be in a plank position. Just attempt to lift your leg up, cross to the side, go down. Lift up, cross to the side, and go down. If this is getting harder and harder for you, suggestion, learn how to plank first. In this position, yes. Usually when we plank like this, right? So, you want to try a bit different? Do it over here. Just hold here. So, once you're done with it, next time you can do for like 1 minute or 2. I'm pretty sure you can do at least 1 rep on this side. So once it's done, then just touch, control. Touch, control. Okay? You will see some people in the gym or some quote-unquote YouTube videos you watch. They will put a lot of, they bring this in. They will like put a lot of, what do you call it? A lot of block or a lot of things on top like that. You can also do that. However, I personally prefer if someone just start from the floor because it's more specific to the actual exercise. Putting up here, it's not wrong. I see where they're coming from. But based on my observation, and also some people's feedback, when they do this, when they go to the floor version, it doesn't carry forward at all. So you might see some people say, oh, put a block or whatever, like a sofa or anything, and then you just try to do like this. That's a bit easier, but it's not very specific if your goal is to do the real actual mountain climber. So suggestion, why don't you learn how to do a plank, try to hold yourself for a long while, and then once you're strong on your plank, try just touch like this, see if you can feel or not. In the long run, if you train properly, you should be able to get at least some kind of progression. Right? Remember, training is not just today I do, I get results tomorrow. I wish it's like that, but at the end of the day, it's those who stay in the long run. Fortune favors the patience, put it that way. So the longer you do it, you're going to be more consistent, be better at it, and you're going to get better results. Alright, so that's all for the workout. So recap what we do just now. We started with leg exercise. The leg, we did this exercise. I'll just show you guys here, just a quick one. So, a leg workout, but we give you so many variations. You may just do the classic one, the hip thrust, keep working here, go up, or you can do the single leg version, okay? Or you can put the luggage on top and do, this is the leg. Then we do the back. How do we do the back? Back using the backpack, okay? So you put it over here. In case you miss all this action, don't worry, I will archive it into YouTube. So you can just go YouTube, just type mission workout from home. You should be able to get the result too, really. Okay? So as usual, you start from here, you pull all the way down. This is training your back. As for the chest here, we were doing this one. The floor press, remember we use this one. So you go all the way in, I'll just show you how it's done here. Okay, so all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. So we've done this already. Okay, so up next, then after that we did the shoulder. Shoulder we use like the chair. About to end already. Hang on now. Okay, so we use the detergent bottles. So we use the detergent bottle, we go all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, and so on. And then after that, we do some, what is that called? We do the arm exercise, which we use back the, hang on, okay. We use back this one, right? Then we keep training all the way up, all the way down, so on, right? And then last but not least, we just did the multi-fiber, and that's about it. We touched every single exercise that we need to do, every single body part exercise we need to do. Of course, there's still a lot of exercise selection, but let's just keep it as lean as possible. Because number one, I don't want to confuse you, and number two, it might be too overwhelming for you. If you watch week 1 until now, actually there's a lot of exercise to learn. And I can show you there's still some things you wish you want to be better. So I'm going to not confuse you, I'll just stay into here. So I guess that's it for today. Once again, thank you so much for watching for this week's episode. So I'll catch up with you next week, next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, what are we going to talk about? So Thursday is our workout day. Tuesday, what are we going to talk about? Now, Tuesday, I'm going to talk about maybe something about, I'm going to talk, I just feel a random thought. Maybe let's talk about something about diet, right? So I'm going to share with you something about diet. And what does diet mean? What can we do? How to find your diet? What are the principles we can follow? And who knows, maybe you can get an idea. Again, I'm not a nutritionist or anything, I'm just sharing, but I do know how to get people to get some results, to lose a bit of weight or to gain a bit of muscle and strength. So just maybe you can also take home this application. So that's all from me today. Once again, thank you so much, and I'll catch you next week. So till then, stay safe and remember to work out from home. Alright? Thank you.